Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the RapChat podcast. Now, before we head into the podcast, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, make sure to comment, and to subscribe. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever else you get your podcasts, make sure to leave us a rating, and also, please, leave us a review. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at RapChat Podcast, where we post new clips of the show every single week. I'm your host, Luke Dick.
I'm Sam Kenny.
And that's it.
Yeah,
Elias
just the two of us. No
Elias
lies.
Yeah, missing today.
Yeah, just the two of us.
But, and I also have a little bit of a throat soreness. So,
Gotta pump out the content, though.
I gotta get the. I bought some Halls. I should have bought some Fisherman's Friends.
Oh, Nick Nurse.
I'm going for the Nick Nurse.
Nick Nurse playing some Fisherman Friends after this one.
Yeah, shout
Out
out
the defense.
Shout out the Fisherman's Friends.
Massive win, man. Massive win. Recording this. Our reaction to the Raptors 103-88 win in Philadelphia.
Unreal gameplay tonight, man. Unreal game.
Start to finish.
Start to finish, dude. I legit think that this is one of our best games.
Yep.
If not, honestly, I think this is top 5 games we played all season.
Yeah. Especially defensively.
Oh, by far.
And to come into Philadelphia, a season on the line, and with Fred VanVleet hurt,
dude, into Philly, bro. That is a. I think we should mention this. Philadelphia is a tough place to play, man. Yeah. It is a very, very difficult place to play, and not only a place to play, but a place to win, especially when you're down 3-1.
And we saw that earlier in the series. They got crushed those first 2 games. And
yeah, man, we got destroyed. It's funny, we're not even the same team from those first 2 games.
No.
Not even. It's not even. Those 2 games, I feel like I just want to erase from my memory because I feel like they just serve no purpose.
There's just a whole new game plan, whole new level of intensity, it feels like, defensively.
Yeah. And I think it was I also think it was hard to incorporate Fred with him being so injured.
Yeah.
And I think that's literally, no disrespect to Fred. I love Fred, but I honestly think that part of the reason why Maxey scored 38 points on us was because of Fred's defense and just how late he was to everything and how he was letting Maxey blow by on every possession.
Yeah.
And it's no disrespect to Fred because he's an amazing ball player. It's just he's injured, bro.
Yeah.
He's got this hip thing.
He's not full.
His knee.
Yeah. He's not the full version of Fred right now.
No.
On either end of the floor. So, I guess we'll start with the defense, man, because that's why we won this game.
Yeah.
The defense was absolutely elite from beginning to end. The Sixers scored 88 points, with a few of those coming in garbage time. We held Embiid to 20 points on only 15 shots.
Oh my god.
He only shot 6 free throws.
That's crazy.
Harden 15 points on 4 of 11 shooting. Maxey 12 points on 5 of 14. Tobias Harris 16 points on 6 of 16. Danny Green got hot for a stretch, but he cooled right off. Matisse Thybulle, 1 made shot.
He missed some very important shots though.
I think the biggest part of our defense was that ability to switch. We switched everything involving Harden was a straight switch, and then out of switches where I remember there was one play where Gary got stuck on Embiid, and we were so quick to switch. Pascal came up, right?
Yes.
Switched that up. I thought our communication defensively was the best I've seen all year.
Yeah.
There were very few missed rotations.
No.
And I just think everyone was locked in. It was almost like everyone was on a string.
I think there's only really, if I'm really thinking about it, there's only 3 or 4 plays that I really remember where we missed our defensive rotations.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other than that, dude, we were really solid. All of their buckets
locked in.
Were tough shots.
Yeah.
We never let. I really think they're easy buckets of this game for them were kept to a minimum.
There were really not many at all. They shot 10 for 37 from 3, and that wasn't they missed a lot of shots, but also we were really flying out on shooters. Guys were really good at making the second contest. They fly by and then come back and get to it.
I feel like in the first and second game we were late to all of those shots, and that's why Danny and Tobias shot so well in the first 2 games, because we were late to every single rotation when it came out to that extra pass in the corners. Yeah,
it was so almost just rewarding to see. I think this is Nick Nurse's dream, right? When we this aggressive defense, but it wasn't even that. It was over aggressive we've seen at times. It was the switching was so perfect. We doubled Embiid almost every single time he caught the ball. Our individual defense on Embiid was awesome. Precious, Thad, and then Kem for that, especially that first 6 minutes of the game. I thought Kem really set the tone with his defense.
Yes, man.
Those guys all just, didn't foul, made Embiid hit shots, and he didn't hit very many.
We didn't have a single person foul out.
No, no one was really in
Precious
relative
finished
foul
the
trouble.
game with 4 fouls.
And then Cam at 4, but he only played 11 minutes.
Yeah, and see, we talked about this, like why we wanted Cam on the floor.
Yeah.
And some of Raptors fans might be asking themselves, like, Cam's not giving us that great of minutes. Like, why do we have him out on the floor? It's because he can stop their momentum and allow us to take some fouls and allow us to gather up some of those fouls that would otherwise maybe be called on Precious.
Yep. And you can't have Precious
Or
play.
Thad.
You can't have Precious play like 45 minutes, right? You need just those few. Cam can come out, buy a few minutes. Wow, Precious only played 26 minutes.
Yeah, that's
wow. He had such a massive impact.
Amazing game.
All right, yeah, the defense was awesome in this one. It was so fun to watch.
Turnovers, they had 15.
We forced, that was a big part of this game.
15 turnovers.
Yeah, and we got out and ran on so many of those turnovers. Like you saw Scotty throwing those lobs, Pascal driving to the rim a few times. Like that is so important for us, especially like when the offense wasn't perfect in this one at all. And those easy buckets help so much.
Yes, man.
So much.
I think another huge part of our defense was just our length, man.
Yeah.
Like that's part of why we're switching everything, just because we have that length. But we were really getting in the passing lanes, and we were making it very difficult. And this is we talked about this last podcast. One of the big things we needed to look out for, entry passes to Embiid, man.
Yeah.
Like if we can shut down those entry passes to Embiid, especially by picking Harden up early, we will shift the momentum of this game. We kept Embiid to 20 points.
Yeah.
The only points he scored were basically when he was given the ball early and was able to kind of get something and had a little bit of maybe a one-on-one or a weak double team.
Yeah, we made him shoot a few threes too. He shot.
Yeah, we forced him to shoot 3 those.
0 for 4 from 3.
Wow, that was satisfying.
Maxi over 3 from 3. I thought our defense on Maxi. I thought our rotations, our baseline rotations on Maxi's drives.
When did he finish 8?
Maxi?
Yeah.
12 on 5 of 14 shooting.
Yeah. Some of those were like garbage point buckets though, like not or garbage time buckets.
Yeah.
Like.
And I just thought like the amount of times I saw Chris or Precious or Pascal make great rotations.
Chris, man,
at the back of the defense. Yeah,
amazing
like
game.
Those guys, like just
Chris and Thad, man. Chris and Thad have a little connection going, dude. Chris's cutting is unreal, man.
Yeah, it's a fun mix. Chris is like kind of like chaotic offensive play, and then Thad's very stable, and he's always finding them, and they work really well on defense together. Just a great overall game. All right, the next piece of this was Pascal Siakam, another massive game, another must-win game, and he comes out and just plays like a superstar. 23, 10, and 7 assists. 10 of 17 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. I feel like every shot he hit was like a big shot, like a momentum shifting shot. Every time the crowd
he wasn't afraid. He had confidence to take every single one.
Like the amount of pull-ups he had, like that third quarter, and it was so important for us to come out hard in that third quarter and not let them get their crowd back into it. And Pascal hit 3 jumpers. He had a step back jumper, and then a little fadeaway.
His defense also
was awesome.
Unbelievable.
Like this was the Pascal Siakam. Like this is what you show to someone when you say this is what Pascal Siakam does. Like he had some insane passes. He had that one pass to the pick and roll to Cam. He had a couple of beautiful passes when he got doubled.
Very early on, he had like 10, 8, and 6 or something stupid like that.
Yeah. He started the game being a much more of a facilitator, and then when he needed to, he just came up and hit big jumpers, like pull up jumpers, not easy shots.
And that's excuse me. Remember we had this conversation too. What did we want Pascal to do? Give up the ball a little bit more.
Yeah.
Read the defense, man. Like if the defense is coming to triple team you, you know someone's open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he made those extra passes a lot, especially OG.
Yeah.
Made a couple of passes to OG.
Yeah, he made a couple of great passes. He had some beautiful drives, just kind of did everything you need him to do as your star player. Like you needed him to have like a similar night to his last game, and he did that. Like the numbers look a little different, but he was, you can't ask for anything more from him. He was awesome.
Yeah, it was very exciting to watch Pascal play tonight, man. And he had some, that 1 3 he had in like, what was it, the third quarter?
Deep one in the third, yeah.
Yeah, man. And that silenced their crowd, dude. Yeah. It was just, that is what you need out of Pascal Siakam.
Yeah.
He made 1 3 this game.
Yeah.
Like,
2 threes,
2 threes?
He hit the first shot of the game with a 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you give us 2 threes a game. Those threes are big threes. Like those are big shots, man.
Yep. Yeah, he was awesome tonight. And then also like it wasn't just Pascal. Everyone chipped in this one. Like Pascal had his 23, but OG had 16, Gary had 16, Scotty had 12, Precious had 17, and I think it was, no one's percentages look great other than Pascal and Precious's, but
It doesn't do it justice how well this whole team played as a unit.
And they were big shots. OG had that big three to put the lead to 13, I think, in the fourth quarter. Gary had a big three right after that coming out of the timeout. Precious had a few amazing drives against Embiid when Embiid was getting tired in the third quarter.
The one where you like he dribbled out, and then kind of switched up with the hands and went on it, bro. And Embiid fouled him on that play too.
Some great finishes. Like that was what we needed, right? We knew Pascal was going to give us that big game. We just needed those other guys to come in and give us those timely buckets. Yes. And I thought OG and Gary did a great job.
Not to mention Scotty did an amazing job too.
Especially with the facilitating.
Said Scotty there. And I'm like,
he was awesome too.
Amazing game from Scotty Barnes.
Some big finishes inside. He ran that facilitator role when Pascal wasn't really well. A couple of beautiful lob passes back to back. Like that was when the crowd was starting to get hype.
Yeah.
Scotty goes back to back plays. He goes lob to Thad for a dunk. Then he goes no look lob to Precious. Like that's awesome to me. He was. You could tell he was like also he was hampered by that leg, and
that's rookie of the year.
Yeah. And his defense was good too. Like
amazing.
Even like considering what he's dealing with that ankle, I thought he didn't hurt you on that end. He came out and he was in the right positions, and he had some nice one-on-one possessions against Harden.
Yep.
He just 40 minutes for 40 minutes for him off the Pascal played 44, he played 40, Gary 38, OG 39. Big minutes for these guys.
And I just want to mention too, like I love Scotty at the one, dude. Like I think he just did such amazing job at point guard tonight, man. Like he is a natural, and like I remember we talked about this like while the game was going on. When you have somebody like Scotty, who's at the top of the 3-point line, he gives the ball to Pascal for a little dribble handoff, and then he sets a screen. That screen, it does a job. That screen is serving a purpose out there. Whereas when you have guys like Fred, who are a little smaller, Malachi out there, who set those screens, man, guys can fight around those screens, man. Whereas when it comes to Scotty, that's a big dude. You got to be worried about that.
Yeah. So Elias just texted me, said he's good to call into the show.
Oh, okay, sure.
If you want to give
I'll give him a call. Perfect timing, actually.
Yeah, we'll get Elias's thoughts on the game. Let's see here. Give him a call.
Yeah, I'll give him a call.
I'll just keep going while we're waiting for him to answer. Well, that's the answers right now.
Hopefully.
Oh.
There we go.
Elias.
Let's go.
Hello, welcome to the RapChat podcast.
Is this the real RapChat podcast?
This is a real RapChat podcast.
Oh my god, I'm honored.
What are your
Who am I speaking with? Is this Luke?
Yes, this is Luke from the RapChat podcast.
Oh my god, it's an honor.
Oh, caller, what do you have to say to us today?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the big win?
Let's go! Huge. Okay, I won't take too much time, but I just want to shout out some people.
Sure.
Pascal Siakam doing his thing yet again. Precious Achiuwa, though, came off the bench. Huge spark, was very solid. Every time he had the ball in the 3-point line, I was like hesitant a little bit because he was always contested. I thought he was going to shoot. But his driving was perfect this game. And someone else I want to shout out is Gary Trent Jr. for hitting his shots.
Yep.
Very happy with this win. Doc Rivers is under immense pressure right now, as he is he has to hold the record for most blown 3-1 leads. And going to Toronto with momentum, man. I love it.
Yeah, I'm very excited to play in Toronto for our next game. Like that's gonna be a tough game for Philly, man.
I know, and I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves here. I don't want to jinx anything, but we cannot be in a better spot right now.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, just the way we played tonight. I was telling Sam, I think this is one of the best games I've seen us play all season.
Yeah,
I think so too, especially under the circumstances.
Yeah,
I mean, we're down 3-1, and we're in Philadelphia, which is one of the most toughest places to play a basketball game, and we saw their fans turning on their own team, man.
Yeah, man. Multiple times, almost the whole game. Like, dude, Matisse Thybulle was booed off.
He was booed off the court.
Oh my god, dude.
He was literally booed off the court.
I kind of wanted to get back there just so we could play against them in Toronto.
Yeah.
Great opponent.
It's too late now. Got to wait 2 weeks. Too late now.
True.
Also, Doc Rivers, only coach in NBA history to blow 3-1 leads.
Wow.
Yeah, again, like, we are under the perfect circumstances to win this series, dude. Like, it's given us, it's like, against the odds are still against us, but if a team is going to do it, we have the tools to do it right now.
Yes, we do.
Especially going against Doc Rivers, who, like, he feels the pressure, man. If he loses this series, his career's over. No way.
Hot take. I agree though.
I mean, like, what team's going to trust him in the playoffs after this?
No,
That's
it's
fair.
That's the whole thing.
fair.
I mean, maybe Orlando hires them to.
well.
bring
I
back
think
the
what
playoffs.
Philly blew that lead last year, right, against Atlanta. So
That's right. They did. That's
Um,
right. Yep.
tough.
And then maybe they'll start blaming Joel Embiid while they blame Ben Simmons and Joel will leave. We'll see.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, great win. Great win.
Yes, sir.
anything else you have to say,
Yep.
Elias, about this win today?
I just want to say this is one of the greatest podcasts I've ever listened to, and I think if you're listening right now, you should listen to every other single one and stick with us. And yeah, that's all I got. Great
I
podcast.
agree.
Good job, guys, with your podcasting skills. And I'll talk to you guys later.
Well,
Right
thank you
on.
very much, caller.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thanks for having me in the podcast. It's been a pleasure.
All right, man. See you.
All right,
See ya.
peace.
I just want another thing to add. I was really impressed by Gary Trent's defense in this one. I thought he was really good when his shot wasn't falling in the middle portion of the game. The fact that he
Passed
only
it out,
had
man.
one foul and he was crazy, like aggressive, but in like a very controlled way on guys like Maxey and Harden out on the perimeter. And he was also really good at being like he was the guy double teaming Embiid a lot of the time, and he did a great job of that. So Gary Trent had an awesome
Yeah.
defensive game, caused a lot of deflections. I don't know, how many steals did he? 2 steals, and he caused a ton of deflections, just disrupting their offense. So
Yeah.
awesome defensive game from him.
Awesome all around game
Yeah.
from Gary. I was just very impressed. I
Yep.
think he really wanted it. He really wanted it. You can tell he wants it really bad.
Yeah, a couple big timely shots. He had one big drive.
He's not afraid
yeah.
of the spotlight, man.
Yeah,
He
a couple
really
big
isn't.
shots.
All right, so should we move on to Precious?
All right, I feel like we've talked about Precious already a
Yeah, a
lot
little
in this,
bit, yeah.
but yeah, he was just gave you everything in this.
He was a nightmare for Joel Embiid. He bodied him, bro. He
oh,
bodied him
he
on
was-
a couple plays.
He was so good at taking advantage of Embiid when Embiid got tired in the third. His defense was just like the full defensive experience, like blocks, switches,
Yep.
great rotation, steals. He was all over the place defensively. He was such a big part of the Sixers going scoreless to start the third quarter, or yeah, it was the third, right? Yeah, third quarter. Like he's like one of the best young defensive players I've ever seen.
Man, they had to bring him in at like 10 minutes in the fourth
Yeah.
quarter, bro. Like
He
that's
needed that.
he didn't have it in him, bro. He was
He-
gassed.
Yeah, and the fact that Precious is integral to guarding guys like Embiid, and also integral to guarding guys like Maxey. And at one point, Thad was on Embiid, and they just put Precious on Harden. Like, there's not centers
Yeah.
aren't supposed to be able to do that,
Yeah.
and he can just do that so easily. And then he can also take Embiid off the dribble. He had a big one big three. Just all around awesome night. Rebounded, did everything you could ask him for. Just an awesome game.
Yeah, I was very
In 26
impressed. Yeah, that's just efficiency.
Yeah. You have anything else to add with this one? I think we kind of talked about the fans in Philly. They kind of turned against their players in that one. That's the Philadelphia experience.
Yeah,
Matisse
man.
Thybulle getting basically booed off the court.
The amount of disrespect you get from your own city, man. Like people were leaving halfway through the fourth quarter, man.
Yeah, the arena was empty by the end of the game.
That's
it was empty.
unbelievable, man.
And I think that's probably really a great feeling for the opposing team, like knowing that we drove that and their fans to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
And now they got to go play in a tough environment in Toronto where the fans
Yeah,
are going to be going
man.
crazy. I hope the fans are going
Jurassic
crazy.
Park was lit tonight. Shout out to
Yeah,
everybody who went to
yeah.
Jurassic Park.
Bracing the rain.
Yep.
That was awesome. Great win. Like, awesome. Even if you lose the series next game or the game after that, you could be very proud of the fact that you had 2 awesome back-to-back games against a really tough opponent.
And let me say this right now. The Nets got swept.
Yeah.
All right. The Raptors won game 5. This is game 5, yeah.
No.
The Raptors won game 5. The Nets got swept. Okay? Like I'm so done with all of this like Wait till Kyrie and KD get to the playoffs. They're totally different guys. Like, granted, they are playing the Celtics, and the Celtics have like the best defense in the NBA. But, bro, fuck the Nets, bro. You guys got swept. Go home. KD can't win a ring without the help of Stephen Curry.
Damn, bro.
Bro, he seriously can, bro. Literally.
I'll
Draymond
say,
and Clay, bro. Like,
I'll
he
say,
can't do it.
I'll say, Ron Josh are kind of funny that he wanted to leave the Raptors and look who's still in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know.
So screw you. I just hate the Nets. I just fucking the Nets and the Lakers. I fucking hate them.
All right, I don't have much else to add to that.
I don't really think I have anything else much
Big
left
win.
to say.
Feel good win. Yeah.
Huge win tonight, and we're gonna be back in Toronto for Game 6.
Yeah.
So I think everyone's looking forward to that game.
It'll be awesome. It'll be super
It's gonna
fun.
be a great game.
Yeah, environment's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, crowd will be hype. Guys will be ready to fucking go. I think another thing is that I think we've humbled ourselves a lot. You know, we understand that we're an underdog team. Everyone's betting against us, and I don't really think that we hear the noise, man. I think that, you know, we were down 3-0. I think everyone expected us to lose, man. I think everyone expected us to lose. And look where we are now. We're 3-2. This is a real series now, man.
It's a series now.
It's a real series.
One more game, you have a chance to win the series.
Absolutely. So,
yeah.
Shout out to all the guys. Shout out to Toronto. Love everybody. I think that's it for me.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Excuse me. Now, before we head out of the podcast, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, make sure to comment, and to subscribe. If you're listening to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever else you get your podcasts, make sure to leave us a rating. And also, please leave us a review. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at RapChat Podcast, where we post new clips of the show every single week. I'm your host, Luke Dick.
And I'm Sam Caddy.
And we'll see you guys next game. Peace
Peace.
out.